the shir of Zion Elul. V'hine. Of course, isarusa de lielo, an arouser from above, le'eder to awaken, gili hara rabba, a revelation of this great light, v'ashpa tzumanal, and this intense flow, me'erein seiv baruchu, from the infinite light of the Rebishter, la says shalom hanal, to make peace. You want Hashem to bring His Eirein Sof down to make peace between the two opposites of Chesed and Gvura, B'chol and Gabriel. Says the Alter Rebbe, He bethruset latato. We have to create it. We have to trigger it. And how do we trigger it? The Alter Rebbe gives you two ideas. Just one moment. Yeah. The Alter Rebbe gives you two ways to trigger the Eirein Sof, which is going to create peace between Chesed and Gvura. And the first one is b'maisad tzedakah, through tzedakah, because tzedakah, of course, is chesed. V'ashpos chaim chen v'chesed v'racham, giving life. Chen means grace, kindness, and compassion. Leman deleis libing, I make klum to someone who was so poor that he has nothing of his own. Olahache thruach shvein v'chul, to give life to the spirit of those who are lowly. And this creates shalom. When you do tzedakah, you bring down Hashem's rachamim, and rachamim can make peace between chesed and gevurah. Moreover, there's another way to create peace, and that's through Teda. Everybody knows what the Gemara says. If a person learns Teda for the sake of the Teda itself, that also Teda is called by the Shem Eiz La'am Ita, the Shem Yibarach Hasam B'Shalom. Meisim Shalom B'Pamalya Shalmaila, you make peace in the heavenly entourage, in the heavenly world, the heavenly Merkava, U'B'Pamalya Shalmata, and the earthly Pamalya. So Tzedakah creates Shalom, and Teda creates Shalom. But by Teda we have another detail, and that is Teda makes Shalom Lamaila and Lamata. What does that mean? So the Rebbe continues. Pamal Yeshal Maila, what is the idea of making peace in the higher worlds? Hey Masan of Amidas now. This is the Mitzvah, the Mitzvah, the Malachim. Each Malach has a separate pole, a separate Midah, and a separate Midas means the Sfiris, and you create Shalom, you create two opposites come together through a higher force. Shehain, which are Hey Chalas Al Yenim, the supernal chambers, which is in the world of Bria and Zayah. So when a Yid learns Torah, you make peace Lamaila. Lamaila means in the polarity, in the splits of Olam Abriya, you create Shalom. And of course, just like Torah creates Shalom, so does Tzedakah. But now the Alter Rebbe continues. Ubepamal Yeshalmata. Upamal Yeshalmata. What is the idea that through learning Torah you make peace in the lower Pamal, the lower Merkava, the lower entourage? Says the Alter Rebbe, Hein Heichalas HaTachtedim. It goes in the lower chambers of Befrat, and especially Elamazeh HaShafel, this lowly world, Hama'ur of Teva Ra, which is a mixture of good and evil. Meichet Adam Rishon, beginning with the sin of Adam Rishon. And in Elamazeh, we're not talking about Shalom between Chesed and Gevura. We're talking about Shalom between Teva and Ra. You can't compare. Chesed and Gevura are both midas of Hashem. One is the midah of Chesed, one is the Gevura. Teva and Ra, one is the Eibishter, one is anti-Eibishter. They're mamish opposites. V'ara she'el tel Teva, in this world evil rules over good. Meshakasav, as the Pasuk says, Sheshala to Adam ba'Adam, that the Adam of Klippa rules over Adam ha'elim, rules over Kedusha l'ra'alei, and ultimately it's for the punishment of Klippa. Uleim Ulem Yemes, the Pasuk says that one nation dominates another. Either Yankov dominates Esav, or Rachmana Litzlan, Esav dominates Yankov. So Teva and Ra, good and evil, are very different than Chesed and Gevura. Yesterday's Shir, Vav Elul, we spoke about Eisa Shalom b'Mereim of Malachim. But now we're learning there's also Eisa Shalom b'Tachtoinov. And b'Tachtoinov, as opposed to b'Mereimov, is not Chesed and Gevura, it's Teva and Ra. And Teva and Ra are totally incompatible. It's not fire and water, it's good and evil, which is just extremely polar and opposite. Yes?
More than...
It's much worse. Because they can't suffer one another. There's no room in a lakus for klipa. Teva are two midas of kedusha with different teva. I'm sorry. What? Chesed and Gevura are Eish and Mayim Lamailo, as opposed to Lamata, which is Teva. Ukanira b'chosh b'adam matach, and see people down here that a person is called a nikra b'shem elam cotton. We're the Sheit Nafas that Abnafs. We're a small world. And what are we? We're a composite of a nefesh alakis and nefesh abahamis. Shalapamam Matev gave us. Sometimes the good wins, or lapamam lahei fechaz Hashem. Sometimes the evil wins, the opposite one wins, and you can't create peace between good and evil. Peace between kindness and strength, between malachim, we can hear. But peace down here. The Gemara says, you get peace down here, and the idea that you can create peace between good and evil is not going to happen now. It only happens when Mashiach comes. The good is going to be clarified from the evil. Lidabik, to become attached, b'sharsha maked, its root and its source, which is Makar HaChaim Baruch Hu, the roots of all life, blessed be He. In other words, when Mashiach comes, Chesed Mason happens, it's fixed. So then, Yispardu Kol Peli Oven, all doers of evil will be scattered. The spirit, the spiritual uncleanness, Hashem will remove from the earth. When the Eibush will clarify from it, top of Kufya Chesam and Aleph, the good which gives it life. But right now, you cannot make shalom between Teva and Ra. So the Rebbe says head. Tzedakah is like Teda. Just like Teda makes shalom l'mayla and l'mata, tzedakah makes shalom l'mayla. The difference is today. L'mayla, the shalom is now. Because you're making shalom between Chesed and Gevurah. L'mata, you're making shalom between Teva and Ra, it's only when Mashiach comes. This is the shir of today. Yes, sir.